Hello everyone. So, I don't usually end up streaming by myself, but because Bree is asleep and because I'm tired of not having any kind of content on my channel, I've just started to start streaming while she is asleep. Um, right now it's about, what, 2:30 in the morning where I am, and I'm going to be playing a dark and spooky horror game in a little bit called Daylight, but for right now I thought that I would just go into Minecraft for a little bit while that loads. So we're gonna do that, and we're gonna have some fun. We've got a couple of different worlds here. Some of these are just me and my dad, some of these are just me and Bree, and some of these I don't know what they are. But we're gonna go into this one, which is a creative world that is for me and my friend Katie, and also Bree whenever she feels like joining us. And that'll be nice. Okay, so this is where I live, and Bree was kind enough to point out to me that these are the asexual pride colors, so that's pretty fun. I've been taking advantage of the fact that there's tiling now, very stylish. This is kind of the main house of it. I'm very proud of this because most of my architecture ends up just kind of being one room with maybe an enchanting room off of it. So I tried to kind of get creative, make a kind of a loft space. I got a cat from a nearby jungle. His name is Sir Pounce because I will never stop being tired of Dragon Age. Up here is kind of, you know, that loft area that we just saw 2 seconds ago. Very beautiful view of my kingdom, and you can kind of see Katie's little space out there, and I might go over there in a minute if daylight hasn't loaded by that point. And this is what I'm intending to be a bedroom. I want to put a window here, but I'm not quite sure how to go about it and still make everything look nice, so that might not happen as well. But this is my little pseudo mansion. And then we've got kind of the magic house, I guess we could say. And I'm going to be doing some potion brewing in here, which will be very nice. We've got... I'm actually very proud of myself for this. So I've got this room, which will be all of my enchanting. And then we've got these chests out here, which will contain essentially either rejected enchanted items or enchanted items that I don't need at that moment. And continuing on to that, we have my livestock, of which I have 2 things that Brie insisted on. One of them is a sheep. I'm not sure how many people know this about Minecraft, but if you take a name tag and use it to name a sheep Jeb, it will make the sheep cycle continuously throughout the wool colors. And if you do the same thing with either Grum or I think it's Dinner Plate, I couldn't get Dinner Plate to work, so I used Grum, it will just have them kind of hanging out upside down. So that's kind of funny. This is where they're going to be caged up later. I haven't quite gotten to that. Maybe I'll do it now. And this is kind of an armory battle zone kind of thing. I'm going to be storing armor mannequins in here very soon. And this is the part I'm very proud of in here, my very own archery range. Because anyone who knows me knows that I will always play an archer if given a choice. And that started in Skyrim and it shows no signs of stopping. So, do I want to invade Katie's privacy? On one hand it's my game, on the other hand it's Katie's little space. But then again I go over there all the time to kind of give her presents. Let's give her a present. So we're gonna come over here. This is Katie's space. She's doing really, really well with it, because she, like, between the 2 of us, I'm the Minecraft know-it-all. And I'm the one who's usually telling her, like, no, you can't do that, or no, you can't build that, or that's not possible, but this is, and it's pretty close. So she's actually been doing really well with this, and I'm really pleased that she's gotten into it, and she's really taken with the idea of at least building here. I don't know how much she does in her own time. But while she's here and while she feels like it, we'll play sometimes and it's really fun. So we're gonna leave Katie a present, but I don't know what to leave her. Her favorite thing to do when we're playing together is beat me up with ham. She'll just take a piece of ham and start slapping me in the face. So maybe, you know what I'll do? I will leave her a little pen of squealing pigs and she can harvest her own ham. I think that's a terrific gift to give her. So let's make her a little fence. We'll do this because pink is apparently kind of her color and jungle fence kind of comes out pink. There we are. The reason that we're playing on creative is because I had gotten the idea to do my little mansion beforehand and I hadn't really, you know, thought too much beyond that. And obviously it's much easier to make kind of these little little castles when you're in creative, because otherwise it takes entirely too much time. So I steal this idea very frequently from Bree, who does it constantly whenever she has to make anything for livestock. And we'll just put that there, nice and comfy. And let's get Katie some pigs. We'll just spawn a whole bunch of oinkers. There you go, guys. Hi. Aw. God, I can do so many. I thought there were limitations on the console, but I guess that either changed or doesn't apply in creative mode. So we're just gonna... Oh, there we go. So we're just gonna give her so many pigs. She's gonna be so happy, I think. Either that or she'll hate it. And I'm gonna leave her a chest filled with the items that she needs to make pigs procreate, which I believe are carrots. Oh, right, I said filled with. So let's get so many more of those. Katie, if you end up seeing this before you come over next, I'm very sorry, but I had to do it. Because you're always hitting me in the face with ham because you think it's fun, so I'm going to shoot myself in the foot and make that much more accessible for you. And you know what, just to give you a leg up in crafting, have some golden carrots as well. Alright, that looks fun. I haven't seen that that daylight is downloaded yet, but that could just be my notification settings, so let's noodle a little bit longer, and afterwards I'll check. How's that sound? Sound good? Good. What else can I tell you? Well, it's Halloween-ish, and I have been preparing for a Halloween party. It's gonna be great. I know that Katie, the aforementioned Katie's going to be there, which will be very exciting. I have no idea what she's dressing up as. I'm gonna do these here, actually. I have no idea what she's dressing up as. It looks, from her makeup tests on Facebook, like Jack Skellington, so that'll be cool. I'm going as a witch, Bree's going as a cat. So we're gonna do a couple's costume, but not quite an obnoxious couple's costume. Sort of that secure attachment costume. Because to me, couple's costumes seem kind of, overly attached. Like you're very insecure about your relationship, or at least that's how it looks. Because you have to indicate to everyone around you, no, we are together, look, we're wearing the same costume, or we're wearing a similar costume. And that just feels so, insecure. Insecure is the best word I've got for it. Even though it's probably super, super mean to anyone who's actually planning a cool couple's costume. I'm very sorry, but you are insecure about your relationship, and you need to talk about it. That's really mean, I need to stop. So, there's all my armor mannequins. Not sure what I'm gonna do with those yet. This I haven't filled up yet, so let's get started on that, instead of slagging off people who are doing couples costumes. I don't want to waste any arrows on just an archery range, so we're probably not going to do the special arrows, we'll just do the standard arrows. Why did I get onto couples costumes? Yes, Halloween. We're going to be baking, so that's going to be fun. Brie and I are doing a cheesecake that looks like a pumpkin but doesn't taste like a pumpkin. It's not, we didn't intentionally do that as a treat, but that's what we're doing, or a trick, but that's what we're doing. We're giving you a treat that looks like a trick. Why is trick or treat so difficult to say right now? So we're gonna give myself a bunch of these, even though that's highly unnecessary. And then we're gonna leave, and I still don't know what to do with this room. If I was playing with Direwolf, I'd be making some kind of smeltery, like knocking out this wall and making it bigger and making a smeltery. But that is not the case, so I'm not quite sure what to do with it yet. Any ideas are appreciated. Yeah, so we're doing a cheesecake that looks like a pumpkin, but doesn't taste like a pumpkin, and we're doing cupcakes, and we're going to be making our homemade mac and cheese, which has always gotten rave reviews. We're very excited. I keep saying we, Brie and I are the ones in a couple's costume. I'm not really sure what else I can show you right now that wouldn't start me up on a whole new project, except for this. This is how I do mining now, which is, it takes an absurd amount of time, but it's very efficient. Basically, I'll just dig these 4 little trenches down into the earth in a staircase, putting a torch on every 4th. So like, these ones would be 64, this would be 60 down here, this is 56. And then when you get to the 48 mark, you start digging into a circle. So you start making like these big wide tunnels that just go straight on through to each other. And so you kind of end up creating this tiered, layered mine. I'm very much a fan of making mining as needlessly complicated as humanly possible. And so that's probably going to be it. There might be a part 2 of this coming up very shortly after the first one, because Daylight might not have loaded yet, and I don't feel like going back to my mobile game. So, we will see. In the meantime, I apologize if you're wearing a couple's costume for Halloween, and please tell me what I should do with that last room in my armory. Thanks very much for joining me for this test, and I'll see you in a little bit for either more of this test or for Daylight. Bye!